listeners' participation program.
Talk today.
What's on your mind, K-Man? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. K-Man, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your host, Charles Glidden.
Good afternoon and welcome to Talk Today. I'm your guest host, Orrett Connor, filling in for Mr. Charles Glidden Challo. So, if you want to know about an organization whose motto and whose aim is empowering young Caymanians to build purpose-driven futures, then you're tuned in to the right station, right here on Talk Today. More of it when we return, so please stay tuned.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990. 949-8037 or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. I'm your guest host, Orrett Connor, filling in for Mr. Charles Glidden Challo. We have representatives from Island House in the studio with us this afternoon, talking about empowering young Caymanians to build purpose-driven futures. We're going to also be talking about what they're doing during this summer period as well. So that conversation is going to take place with Pastor Dalman Borden, and then we have Zaydin Zaydin Abrahams, Jamie Foster and Bew Shields in the studio with us. I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to introduce themselves, and then we're going to have the last person, Pastor Dalman, to introduce himself, and then he'll take the mic from there. So we'll start with Bew. Bew, tell us about yourself.
Well, I am a musician.
Mm-hmm.
I go to Clifton. I'm going in year 11 this year. And I hope to start my music career later into my life, like as I get older.
Okay, Jamie.
Hi, my name is Jamie Foster. I attend John Gray High School. I'm a singer, lead singer for the John Gray High School Pop and Jazz Band, and I just love music in this camp overall.
Okay, Zaydin.
Hello, my name is Zaydin Abrahams, formerly known as Skate Z on different platforms. I have a passion for music, and I love helping others to help pursue that passion.
Okay, and Pastor Borden, tell us about these young people and your organization and how you come to be linked up with each other.
Well, Dr. Gail, she runs the Island House program, and it's just been a privilege to be a part of what they are doing. I was formerly a youth pastor or the pastor of worship, media, and youth at Cayman Islands Baptist Church, and I've since moved into just focusing on ministry outside of that with Positive Entertainment Ministries, and I got a chance to link up with Dr. Gale and the Island House because our focus and vision kind of aligned, especially when it comes down to music. And it was just a grand privilege over Easter to meet up with these young people, and we did a Easter music initiative where they put together a few songs and some instrumentals, and ultimately came together with an album. And we spoke about this over time with Mr. Charles.
Yes, and I listened to you guys when you were on.
Mm-hmm. And so here we are a few weeks later, and the camp or program that's been going on with the Island House started on the 13th of, beginning of July. And that first Tuesday I'd have to look at my calendar. That first Tuesday, because I went away for two weeks. They've been going through numeracy, so it's not just about music. They've been going through numeracy. They've been going through public speaking. They've been going through financial literacy. As a matter of fact, we just to come here, stepped out of a financial literacy class with Jordan Seymour, and I mean they are learning everything from the basics when it comes down to financial literacy, the needs, the wants, and understanding how to manage their finances, budgets, all these different things. And we just stepped out of that class to come here to have some conversation with you guys to kind of like just share more and more of what's been going on. We did, however, over the course of the few weeks that the program has been going on, face some trials. Where the Island House, it's situated in Savannah, and we get the opportunity to be in this fabulous facility where Dr. Gale has offered her facilities for us to be able to do music, for us to be able to do food resilience, the financial stuff, the public speaking, dance, numeracy, whatever you can think of to round off these young people, to build them up. That was going on there, and it's a program situated in that particular area, geared towards edifying the Caymanian youth and ultimately the Caymanian product. Unfortunately, we face some obstacles there, where now we were essentially driven out of that area, and now we've been dispersed in different places. And one thing I want to do is shout out the Cayman Seafarers Association. Thank you so much. They've been a tremendous help in that they welcomed the program with arms, I mean, so wide open that they could clap behind their backs, right? And we were able to be there and to continue with the program and to continue to build with these young people. So it's not just music, it's not just dance, it's not just food resilience, it's not just financial literacy, numeracy, public speaking, etiquette, and all these things. It's everything. Just seeking to edify and build up these young people. And that's what I'm a part of, and that's what I'm glad to be a part of. And that's where our vision aligns. Our vision aligns where we seek to build up, edify, to encourage, to champion the Caymanian youth and the Caymanian product.
Okay, so can you speak a little bit without, going into too much detail, the reason for you having to vacate? Because there may be individuals or there may be organizations, someone who's listening in, that may be able to extend a helping hand, in terms of, what may be needed. Can you go into as much detail?
Yeah, I'll try.
Can? Yeah.
The program from the inception met trouble. At one point, Dr. Gale had, where she had young people, because we have to feed the kids, right? We have to feed the kids, give them refreshments and all these different things. And we want to do that in a way that it's not barbaric, so to speak. So, a tent outside, some chairs to feed the kids and to hydrate them and all these different things or whatever before we go into these different programs. Right. The property faced a stop order to that effect sometime in 2020, 23 or 24. And it came to a position where she could do nothing in her backyard, right? Okay. Can't have a tent up. And I'll go back to why in a little bit. And then now, so she moved from that area because she's trying to be respectable and obey the law, so to speak. And now the reason why we are shipped out, pushed out, have to move from there is because the same thing happened again in on this other area of the property, because there are 3 zones, I think, or something like that, where, okay, she had a tent up, again, to not be barbaric, and some chairs, and, we're refreshing this, that, and the other, and then we'll move into the different things upstairs. What happened yeah, the word that came into that situation was somebody said that the Allen House and the program is masquerading as something for the youth, but really and truly it's a commercial camp or a commercial thing happening. Now, I'm a little bit confused, right? Personally, and this is on me. So take all your lightning rods and your flogging sticks and come in my direction. I'm a little bit confused because if I see a liquor store, right, and I said that liquor store continues to sell liquor to minors, can planning just take my word and just go shut down the liquor store? Anybody who want to call in, you can call in and let me know that.
Yeah.
And then so there
Needs to be investigated, and
that's what I think.
facts need to be established. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so pictures were taken. Some person come down and they took pictures of the tents and the chairs, and they said that to persons who were there, serving, that it's masquerading as something for the Caymanian youth, but it's not really. It's a commercial thing. No investigation, no question. Boom! Stop order comes out, and that happened in the space of like 3 to 6 hours.
Wow!
Look, if I'm building something, and I need planning to do some work, get this document. Know that years sometimes. You understand? I wish I had that much clout, that much pull, that much weight to make something happen in 3 to 6 hours. But again, bring your flogging sticks my direction. Is I'm just asking questions.
Okay, well, thanks for that, and that's something that we certainly, I will look into further and to determine exactly, what is happening. Because you are registered as an NPO.
NPO, yes. Right? It's an NPO. And one thing I want to say to that too, right now, and I think this need to be changed on the website, because this is what some people are using and thinking all sorts of things. On the website, and I look right here because I pulled it up, sponsorship opportunities. Sponsor a camper, CI $497 per week, or CI $2,982 for the full 6-week program. Your support helps provide mentorship, program materials, learning activities, and structured development opportunities for participating student. Fund a youth internship, support, all these things, stipends, whatever. Those figures are not there because students are paying these figures.
Okay.
These figures are there to say this is what the product cost. But unless the Island House has sponsors, the money is coming from the Island House. It's coming from Dr. Gale's pocket. You understand? And everybody who is serving are volunteers. Nobody's working there. None of the kids are paying these kinds of fees. We have to feed them. We have to hydrate them. We need to be able to do this, that, and the other. That's what this is reflecting, not something that persons have to pay. So that might be our bad with regards to wording, but...
Okay. We're going to take a commercial break, and then when we return, we're going to get to the fun side of things as well. So, folks, don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit cineco.ky today. Cineco. Keeping Cayman covered.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
I've been advertising with Radio Cayman since 1983 when I first launched Le Classique. I still remember those early days doing live remotes at my various locations, recording commercials in the old studio with the reels, and feeling the excitement of hearing my business come to life on air. Radio Cayman has been a part of my journey from the very beginning, and I'm proud to still be creating commercials with you today. Radio Cayman will always be my number one.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. For those of you who are just joining us, we're talking about Island House and their programs that they deliver on. We're talking with Pastor Dalman Borden. We also have in the studio with us some of participants, Zayden Abrahams, Jamie Foster, and Bew Shields as well. So can we talk about the your cohorts? Where do they come from? Where do the majority of your participants come from? And these three here are just representative of the cohort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the students that populate the program at the Island House are referred to the Island House by the schools. Mm-hmm. So any school who would be willing to participate, they get a form and they fill this out. And a lot of times it's teachers in classrooms, it's principals, it's these persons. They more or less handpick students who they feel would significantly benefit from the program, and mind you, it's a lot of students in between that the school or the teachers may think would be at risk, right? Just call it that. So these students that they may be, some of them may be troublemakers, but they're significantly high functioning and capable, and some of these teachers see that, and they say, you know what, I think you need more, and I want you to receive more, so I'm a forward you to this program. So that's where they're coming from.
Okay, so let's have some of them talk about their experiences at Island House and what you've gained from it. Who wants to start?
I'll start, I guess.
Go right ahead.
Just talk without the camera? Okay, it's cool. All right. Well, first things foremost, I want to say that, like, Island House is a very open community. Like, I feel like everybody, no matter which part you played inside of Island House or which part of Cayman you came from, whatever it may have been, it was like you were still accepted, and everybody has this sort of, like, everybody wants to help each other. It was never like somebody's stubborn, or if that was a case, it's like it wouldn't be such a hard time to resolve it because of the fact that everybody, I feel like, there has such a great heart. And it was also, I guess, where we were located, it was a very comfortable sanctuary for people to be in, and it's like a, I guess, type of like a somewhere they can feel free to express themselves no matter what, without feeling, I guess, maybe judged or any sort of thing like that. And moving has made the camp, I guess, we've worked with it, but it's made it a lot harder to do certain things, may it be even music initiative in the first place. Whereas we're not getting as much music studio sessions as we were able to at the Island House because of what they were providing for us, including Pastor Dom and Dr. Gill for letting us use the sanctuary, and then also Miss Iva for she's a wonderful lady. She
good.
Everybody is it's the most, I feel like, welcoming place. It can't get any more welcoming than that, you know what I mean? And even they can speak for themselves for sure, which if Jamie, you want to start?
Jamie, yeah, go right ahead.
I have to agree with Zayden. Being at the Island House camps, this is my second camp with Island House, it definitely helps a lot with confidence, learning new skills, and overall just having a space to be free and express yourself. The only issue I would say is the fact that we've been displaced, because at the actual Island House, you know, it's just full of flowers, lush greenery, beautiful scenery, and overall it was just a place that felt magical. Everybody felt at home there, especially those with their own personal struggles. It was like there was always a quiet nook or crook or corner for us to hide away and just have space in general. But now we've been moved to a lovely but slightly more cramped space with less freedom and less equipment to do our work. So even though everyone's made, you know, we've all still made progress with what we have.
Okay. You?
They took the word out of my mouth. So basically what I was going to say was it's really enjoyable. Lots of kids can come. We can work together, get things done. We could learn a lot from each other. It's really a great camp to learn stuff. Work with other kids or on the Cayman Islands, in the Cayman Islands, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. Are you all looking forward to the next camp, which would be what, next year, or anything before happens?
Yeah,
before then.
Next year. But because learning never stops.
Yeah.
You know, the Island House exists to express or afford students the opportunities to continue to advance. So they will continue to advance, and there'll be things throughout the course of the year that they can tap into and grow and learn. Take, for instance, I think it was like the beginning of this year, of course, the program, camp, or whatever we want to call it, ended last year, but Dr. Gale had a bunch of kids who wanted to do trading. And so a gentleman came in and worked with some students, and they did trading, and they learned some stuff, and a bunch of them right now are encouraged so much that they're like, you know what, I feel like I could do this for a living. And that was the beginning of this year. So other things will happen throughout the course of the year.
I'm going to share this from your website with our listening and viewing audience. The Island House Initiative support Caymanian youth ages 11 to 17 through structured mentorship and practical learning, delivered through summer programs and year-round partnerships with schools. Initiatives focus on leadership, numeracy, financial literacy, teamwork, and food sustainability. Programs are run in small groups with trained facilitators and require full participation, reinforcing accountability, commitment, and respect. And then it talks about mentorship that unlocks potential. The Island House helps students move from uncertainty to independence, through mentorship, life skills development, and real-world learning. Now, I think on Wednesday, you guys were scheduled to come into the show, but there may have been a little hiccup, and you were actually on a field trip that day, on a bus trip that day as well. Tell us about that and what things, events like that, what you actually do.
Well, you guys talk about it. You went to the DOA, right?
Yes. At the DOA, we went and we learned about, the first time we learned about animals, specifically chickens, and the laying chickens and the baby chickens, and what they do. For example, how long the layers live, how many eggs they lay in a year, what time they stop laying, and what time they decide to kill the chicken and use it for meat.
Okay.
She didn't know that this exam was going to be here this morning. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And based on the activities that you have observed, the things that you have been involved with, has it strengthened your interest in any of those particular areas that you have been able to observe or to visit? Anyone else?
I mean, I could definitely say something.
Sure.
I guess probably on the financial literacy thing as well, because it's like one thing about the music industry is if you're gonna be in the music industry, you have to know a lot of stuff about financial, like anything financial related, because it's very easy to get like messed over and just a lot of stuff bad, because the music industry is a big place. There's a lot of people who is good and bad. It's good and bad and everything. So it's I always come with, or I think everybody there honestly always comes with a open mind to almost every activity or course that Island House provides for the kids and for me and for everybody else. And it's very like, I can remember so much things off my head right now. The teaching is incredible. I will say that they chose wonderful people.
Now, we've been talking about all these different things, music, this, that, and the other, and I feel like we've been coming on and we talk about music and how capable these young people are, but nobody hear anything. Nobody's ever heard anything. So I'm wondering if we could play some snippets sometime, when we come back or now, or so that the audience can hear.
Yes, we can do that. We'll take the commercial break, and they can basically get everything prepared, and we can play that music. Folks, please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Think on an okay, man? Get out and explore the legends behind our landmarks competition. Visit any landmark on the interactive map, snap a photo or video, then share it to Instagram or Facebook and tell us what you learned. Tag at MYSCH_Cayman and use hashtag Legends Behind Our Landmarks for your chance to win weekly prizes and 2 major prizes. The more landmarks you visit, the more chances you have to win. Visit Legends Behind Our Landmarks.ky and find out where we from. Brought to you by the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage.
Hi, Bobo TD Cousin, everybody. I hear Cayman Airways celebrating their 58th anniversary by giving us the gifts. They got airfares on sale now for flights to every place they fly to next month through December. Look here, I gonna book my flights now to go Galawantan next month with Cayman Airways. I'll see you directly.
Catch your seat on sale by August 8th. Other conditions apply. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com. Your award-winning, uniquely Caymanian airline.
Hi, this is Gary King from Totally 80s. My special guest this week is Dave Stewart from Eurythmics. Dave reveals his favourite song. I'll also bring you the latest news on the biggest names of the decade.
Heard on Saturdays from 2 until 4 p.m. on Breeze 105.3 and 91.9. And brought to you with the kind compliments of KFC.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. In the studio with me, Bew Shields, Jamie Foster, Zayden Abrahams, and Pastor Dalman Borden. We're talking about Island House here in the Cayman Islands, and we're going to share with you now some of the products of their work that they have done. Going to throw it over to the control room. Which one do you want?
Play Clay Vessel.
Clay Vessel. Okay, so tell us about that now.
That song was mine. I wrote it and I sang it, and Zayden was the one who did all the mixing and production stuff.
Wow.
It was based on Sade's Pearls and Jezebel. Those two are those two are my favorite songs done by her. So I took a lot of inspiration from them. It's basically about a woman who lost her son and she scatters his ashes over the water, which is why it's titled Clay Vessel, because it's basically the urn, the jar that she keeps her son's ashes in.
Oh. Okay. Anybody? Anyone wants to add to that?
How old
in
are you
terms of the mix? Let's talk about the mixing or Bew.
What do you call it? I will say it was definitely with the talent that we had, or her in this case. It was very easy to mix. Not much work necessarily to do because of the fact of how much of a great singer she is, and that's not me saying that because she's my friend or peer. I generally think she's the most, or one of the most talented people that I know, and I feel like a lot of people could agree. And it was a very fun process. It was like, I think it took like 2 takes maybe. What do you call it? Shoot, don't need that much takes for a talented young lady.
Yes.
But yeah.
Excellent. We do have a caller. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. O.C.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, not bad, man. I like what I'm hearing. And I definitely support this type of thing. I think a lot more people should forward their support toward Island House and these young people. and apparently I looked at them and and I said, they look like they look very professional.
They're certainly very confident.
Yeah, and Mr. OC, I said to myself, I think these children are gonna go far, and I got to congratulate those Pastor Dalman and Dr. Gill and
it's good.
Definitely. I think the community need to get behind them.
Yes.
And I hope that I envision that they're going to be very successful too. I think that the Island House is doing a fantastic job, and they don't ever quit and don't give up on the children, don't give up on your project.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Any of you want to respond to the caller? Want to sound thank you or?
Well, yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your support. And, all in all, just please keep us in your prayers because above all else, there's some things happening and only God can pave the way in all of this.
Yes, sir. I think you're making some stars right there, Pastor.
Yeah, they're brilliant, man. Like, I'm so proud of them, like, for real.
Okay.
Yeah, wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much, caller. So with the time that we have left, about 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes left, obviously things are not settled. And I think we need to put it out there. And you also need to emphasize at this stage, what if someone wanted to be helpful or others wanted to be helpful and wanted to support the cause, how can they go about doing it? What is, at this point in time, your most pressing need?
Right now, our most pressing need is, like, on a real, for real, like, get us back at the Island House. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you heard from the kids. There's so much that can happen there that just can't happen anywhere else. Just get us back in the Island House. And as far as resources go, instead of putting your resources into ripping things apart, put your resources into building things up. And, let's see these, like you heard that gentleman said, let's see these young stars not just be talked about, but let's see these young stars become those stars.
Okay. And we want to hear some final comments from each of them, and we'll start with Bill.
Well, I wish we could get back to the Island House as soon as possible so we could learn more, get more stuff done, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Same as what Bo is saying. I really do hope we get back to Island House soon because I'm really starting to miss that place. If you want to hear more music, be sure to watch out for us. Check out the John Gray High School Pop and Jazz Band. Free PR.
Okay. Yeah. And how can they, do you have a social media presence?
We don't have a social media presence, but if you do look at the teacher that runs our band is Miss Janelle Ebanks, and you can find the teacher contacts in, I believe there's a directory for it online if you just search it up. So you can always contact us through her.
Excellent. Zayden?
Same with what Bo and Jamie are saying. The Island House is something that I feel like will definitely benefit us in so many ways and also help us improve what, like, the products we're already making that the people love so much. And also, like, the tracks, or the one track that we got to show just now is actually, it's a part of an album that the Island House is building, which is not just us but other people or other kids in this program and camp. And it'll be on a lot of digital platforms really soon, where it's still in the works, but we're almost done and we're almost there. And it'll be something that I feel like lots of people will enjoy from around the world and everywhere, not just Cayman.
Okay, and Pastor Borden.
Yeah, so all digital distributed platforms, and the Allen House is also working on a way to be able to purchase these tracks and working out something with the students where they can get compensated for their work, because we don't want to just create a hobby where it's just a hobby, but they can actually be professionals in this. We are blessed, we are encouraged, and we're looking forward to seeing what can come from all of this.
Okay, we're going to ask the control room whether or not we can, as an outro, another song, to exit.
Wait,
Which
can
one?
I say something as well?
Sure, go ahead.
If you guys want, to direct message me or anything like that, my Instagram, or the main thing I go by is SkateZay, SK8, like the number 8, ZAY. The last song we're going to be playing is Take Back Time.
Okay. And thank you all very much. All the best.
Thank you for having us.
Hope to hear more from you.
All right, sir.
All righty. I think that went well.
I watched the hours racing. I just need some time. Time keeps moving, I can't slow it down. So I'll embrace the moment here and now. Let's take the time. Won't ever let the moment disappear. So I'm not left without painful feeling that I'm out of time.
Yesterday. Today.
Always and forever.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. Cayman is set to have a new UK point person. UK Prime Minister Andy Burnham has appointed Uma Kumaran as Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Overseas Territories and Caribbean in the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office. Kumaran, a Labour MP for Stratford and Bow, is the first Sri Lankan Tamil to hold a ministerial role in the United Kingdom and the first person of Elam Tamil heritage elected to the British Parliament. In international news, U.S. tech firm Anthropic says its Claude AI models hacked into the systems of 3 organizations on their own during a private security experiment. In a statement today, Anthropic says a misconfiguration left test models with live internet access, allowing them to escape an isolated environment and breach real company systems while trying to complete hacking tasks. In other news, the Bank of Japan has kept its key interest rate at 1%, while warning for the first time that underlying inflation could rise above its 2% target. In a decision today, Governor Kazu Uda said the bank must scrutinize upside price risks more than ever, and that if monetary conditions remain accommodative, it could speed up the pace of future rate hikes. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Your Cayman Islands Health Services Authority has been the national healthcare provider of the Cayman Islands for many generations. We have elevated our level of care to ensure you, our patients, have the best possible experience. We offer better access to care close to home with the most locations on all 3 islands, delivering a full range of primary, secondary, tertiary, and emergency care. HSA is a JCI accredited organization, and we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
In the early 1900s, the Sister Islands enjoyed a relative prosperity, with the cultivation and subsequent exports of coconut being the primary industry, as Commissioner Sanguinetti would note during his 1902 visit.
Business seemed brisk. There has been a very large coconut crop, such as not born for years, and the carrying capacity of the island vessels to deal with the export of nuts have been shipped between October and February last.
The coconut industry would continue to expand with the expansion of plantations into large tracts of unused land.
Information from this historical vignette was sourced from Founded Upon the Seas, A History of the Cayman Islands and Their People by Michael Creighton and the New History Committee.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. I am your guest host. My name is Orrett Connor and I'm filling in for Mr. Charles Glidden Challo this afternoon as well. No guests in the studio at this time, so the phone lines are open. You're free to call in if there's anything in particular that you want to talk about. If you're calling from a flow number, then you can enjoy the convenience of a toll-free call. That number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp number, 925-3261. And on our first segment of the show, one of our listeners sent a WhatsApp message and wanted to thank the caller who called in. And they say that they support your call. And also thank you to the seafarers for taking these campers in as well. Like I said, I'm not at all too clear about the location that they were at previously and what that is all about, but rumor has it that it may be more of a situation where members of a community simply didn't want the type of children that are associated with this program, didn't want them mingling, with their children in the community as well. If that's the case, that is really, really unfortunate, and we hope that the situation can be resolved. You also heard the remarks that were made in terms of the swift response from the authorities. And whereas when other applications are made, then the reaction is not as swift, not as immediate as this one came along. People do talk about the sort of society that we're creating here in the Cayman Islands, a class society as well, and we have to be extremely careful. Of course, there are more than one side to a story, and if there's another side to the story, then we would like to hear it as well. But these young people should not be victimized in any way when they are really trying to do the things that they aspire, to do. And I'm sure that many, if not all of them, will make the Cayman Islands proud, one of these days. If their music has anything to do with it, you've heard clips from their music, and really, really good as well. Okay, several things we want to talk about. Yesterday, when Miss Catherine Miller guest hosted Talk Today, there was a conversation, and it was a prolonged conversation, really, about the elevated fees for drivers' license for non-Caymanians. If any of you want to continue that discussion, we can go down that route. We can also talk about, there are several countries that this week and next week will be celebrating historical milestones for their particular country. In Bermuda, for instance, yesterday and today, something called Cup Match, 1st of August, 1835, I believe it is. I have to look back at the date, where they celebrated emancipation, and they continue to celebrate that by having a cricket match called Cup Match in Bermuda. And that's what the freed slaves did. Put down all of their work tools and decided that they're going to play cricket, cup match. And of course, 6th of August coming up, Jamaica will be celebrating its independence as well. We do have a caller on hold. Let's go to the caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Mr. Otsy?
Hey, yes, sir.
Back again, Mr. Otsy.
Okay, yep.
You know what was on my mind to call and talk about before the show started?
Mm-hmm.
The very same thing about music. It happens to me sometimes, but God knows what He's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of subject, like, with music and, getting ahead and that sort of stuff. But I mean, Mr. O.C., when I was younger, I do my music too, and I got my music. But I wish that I had someone to guide me through. Mr. Lam, he used to help to guide me through, and a couple of the local musicians. But when it concerns this thing that I was a young little teenager, but what I heard now from Pastor Dallman saying that he's gonna try to help them to sell their music and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is good, man, Mr. O.C., from such a young age, and by the time they get up to, like, as a matter of fact, they look so promising. I could see they look very, very promising, like they're gonna be really big stars as long as they don't give up and gonna make a lot of money. They seem to be determined. And then he's teaching them also about financial literacy, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, that is good, man, Mr. O.C., man.
Yes.
That's good. That's a good thing they're doing, and instead of the little children going out there and getting in trouble, they're taking them under their wings and leading them towards success, man. That's fantastic, man, Mr. O.C.
I agree. I agree with you 100%.
That is good, and I don't think they should fight against something like that. I think that we need our community need to give them all the support that we can give, in our different ways, and then they reach out to more little children and try to guide them in the right way, and that's what we need, Miss Osi, to see the children become successful in Cayman. That's what I wanted to see, something like that, and little young little millionaires like Rihanna. In my great grandfather country, we got Rihanna. She's from my great grandfather's country, Rihanna.
Right. Yes.
And I want to see that happen in Cayman too. I mean, she's a billionaire, but I want to see a lot of our little young children make something real good of their lives. And then she was made a national hero too, Miss Osi. Rihanna.
Oh, okay. I wasn't. Yeah, that's right. Yes, she was. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And these little children, they seem to be leading them on the right track towards success. Man, that sounds good, man, Osi. That sounds fantastic, man. I look forward to. Well, I would love to buy the music too. So definitely, I would love to give them my support too, and just analyze the music, listen to it, and just support them. Yes, man, I like to see what they're doing. I think it's a good thing. We need more of that in Cayman, Miss Osi.
We certainly do. Caller, thank you very much. We're going to a commercial break, folks. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Meet our stars. They've trained, practiced, and prepared. Now they're ready to shine. On Saturday, August 8th, witness the journey of our 6 remarkable contestants at the 42nd Annual Miss Teen Cayman Islands pageant. Come to the Lion Center and show your support for these inspiring young women as they vie for the title. Early bird tickets are just $40 at Ticket Plus, Winner Circle, and Funky Tanks. Don't miss the moment. A new queen is crowned. See you at the Lion Center.
Aye, Bobo TD Cuzzy, everybody. I hear Cayman Airways celebrating their 58th anniversary by giving us the gifts. They got airfares on sale now for flights to every place they fly to next month through December. Look here, I go and book my flights now to go Galawantan next month with Cayman Airways. I'll see you on a directly.
Catch your seat on sale by August 8th. Other conditions apply. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com. Your award-winning, uniquely Caymanian airline.
Cayman, are you ready? Celebrate Jamaica's independence at the Grace Kennedy Money Services Western Union Jamaica Independence Free Gospel Concerts. Join us on Saturday, August 1 at Compass Green in Georgetown, starting at 7:30 p.m. for an unforgettable evening of praise and worship, featuring Jamaica's own Ryan Davis and Minister Howdy, alongside Cayman favorites Minister Bavina, Flavia Beswick, and other special guests. Guess what? Admission is free. Come on out as one people, one praise, one nation for a night of music, worship, and celebration. Proudly sponsored by GK1, Popeyes, the best dressed chicken, KDP Construction and Colors, Kmart Hair and Beauty Supply, Lasco, Praise 87.9 FM, and Radio Cayman.
Your Yesteryear Musical, Saturday evenings at 7 o'clock on Breeze Radio.
Entertaining, enlightening, and inspirational. Topical with CI cultural and heritage flashbacks. And the wonderful music of yesteryear. From the Thomas Edison era to the recent past. Your Yesteryear Music Hour. Saturdays at 7 p.m. on Breeze Radio, 105.3 FM in Grand Cayman and 91.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Be listening. History is always echoing.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. I am your guest host, Orrett Connor, filling in for Mr. Charles Glidden. We do have a caller on hold. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Hey, good afternoon to you, Mr. Orsi.
Good afternoon. How are you doing? I'm glad you called in. I listened to your conversation yesterday, and it was as if we were communicating by telepathy, because your response to the chamber, the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce in relation to the cost, you elicited similar response that I had, to him as well. I just wanted to say that. Sorry for interrupting you, but go right ahead now.
Well, thank you, Mr. Orsi. I think the hearts of Caymanians were all in sync, and for the most part, and I couldn't see why any Caymanian would feel otherwise. I think I called because you did prompt that, and thank you too, sir. And I think there's a few things that's worth clearing up or adding to that weren't said yesterday.
Okay.
So the context of which a lot of the debate came, or a lot of the arguments came, or a lot of the points that came from the host was in relation to, for example, and I think the chamber, it was echoed by the chamber, or they started it and she echoed it. It was to do with the fact that there were people who may not have been able to afford it, and we learned now that some of these companies are thinking about paying it, which is mind-blowing to me. But we forget the fact that there are thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of our 30, 40,000 work permits that can very much afford it. The bankers, the accountants, the real estate agents, all these people who are on work permit, who very much can afford the fees.
And including those that have nannies that need to pick up, drop off and pick up the children from school as well. They can afford the car, they can afford the insurance for them, they can afford to pay the increased fees.
Exactly. They don't get any income tax, like our taxman is advocating for. And so there are thousands, probably equal amount as those that are on the lower end scale, that would certainly be able to easily write the check. And then I think there was one other thing that kind of jumped out to me afterwards. I was like, I think the point was raised that there was a right for them as a expat on a chance and guesswork on a permit here to driving. Well, no, driving is not a right.
It's a privilege.
It's a privilege. You can have your it's granted to you as through a driver's license, which can be revoked or it can be suspended or it can be, so it's not a right. It's a privilege. A privilege to be, and that's not just limited to the expatriate. That's limited to all of us.
Exactly.
Driving is a privilege. It's not a right. As in the right to speak, for example. And I think there was one other thought that I had, and it seems to have gone out of the head now.
Okay. Well, I'll put some a little bit more thought, and then maybe yours will come back as well. My other argument is there are several of them. One, for instance, if you look at some of the delivery businesses that provide delivery services. And if we took, for instance, pizza delivery, those persons who deliver pizza, they're required to have their own vehicle.
Yes.
to deliver a pizza, which means that everything is funded by them. So again, the chamber's argument, if they're talking about their members and the increased fees for their members, that only comes about if their employees who are required to have a vehicle and to have a driver's license say to them, listen, you're going to have to increase my wages because I have to pay more as a result of that. That's the only way that it directly affects chambers members. So if I were the government, I would reject the chamber's call to even sit down with them because their argument, the main argument that they have used in terms of increased costs, and if it is to their members, then that is a fallacy. That can be disproven.
I completely agree, which is why I started with the question saying, help me to connect the dots, because I wasn't able to connect the dots. And then we're learning that they're thinking about doing it as a courtesy to the employees. And my thing was, and you just reminded me of my point, which was, here's the alternative. Hire Caymanians, and don't tell me that they're not Caymanians who don't want to drive and stuff. Hire them. You know, the most recent thrust that, by our government, I have seen a slight. Don't want to go there. I've seen a slight improvement in some of these hotels. One of them I saw at least 8 new faces, all Caymanians. One that never used to hire Caymanians. Some of them are getting the memo. You know what? Let's seek to reduce our costs by hiring Caymanians and training them. Training them.
Yeah, and if I can interrupt again there, so I don't miss my point, I hope that Caymanians start to realize also the amount of money that they can make in some of these service industries, especially in the hotels. We know, we have been provided with information that a F&B server, a server out there, can make anywhere between $60,000 and $80,000 per year with their gratuities and everything. Caymanians need to understand that.
Easily. I'll give you, and I'll close with this to back that up. I used to be a host while I was a civil servant for 9 years at the old Royal Palms, working towards my goals, and I did that for 3 to 4 nights a week for 9 years at Royal Palms. And I wasn't a server, I was a host. I watched the servers, sir. This is not their hourly pay that the restaurant paid them. On average, each one of those employees, on average, sir, in high season, easily went home with $300 to $500, in some cases $800, many nights of tips. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
You do the math. Do 3 times, say 5 days a week, $300. That's $1,500 just on tips. You know. And so, yeah, we need to get the memo out, and they, to our Caymanian people, and the businesses need to get the memo out that it's not business as usual. We're trying to correct some stuff. And thank you.
And another point, caller, before you go as well.
Yes.
These same persons that the chamber is advocating for, right? Those are the same individuals who, when they reach year 8, who know that they will not qualify for permanent residence, right? But will pay the filing fee, whatever that amount is, and I believe that was increased as well at some time ago.
Yeah.
Pay the filing fee, submit their application for permanent residence, knowing that it doesn't have a chance in hell to be successful,
yes,
but it gives them the opportunity to remain in the Cayman Islands and work until that process has been exhausted. So when it is to their advantage to spend money, and in this case unnecessarily, it is okay. But when the government is seeking to raise revenue and to place some of the responsibility that drivers and owners of vehicles leave with the Cayman Islands when they leave here on a permanent permanent basis, then, we get a kickback for it.
Yeah, well, and while I am not completely, and I hear you about the revenue measure, I'm not quite sure that was their goal. I think their goal was to do with that whole entire thrust to do with hiring Caymanians.
Okay, yeah.
To try to limit the amount of expatriates who were coming here and believe it was their right to be able to just get a car and drive.
Okay, yeah.
Albeit we need to get better public transportation. But I hear the point, and I'll just say to that, sir, is sad state of affairs when they're willing to assist others and leave Caymanians behind, Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. We go to a commercial break now. Folks, please stay tuned for Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Freedom, Cayman Rack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.ky or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a second location in Governor's Square. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health.
Grow your business with Breeze 105.3 FM and Radio Cayman. From spot packages to full campaigns, we've got rates that fit your budget and your goals. Email our sales team today, rcsales@gov.ky. That's rcsales@gov.ky. Let's get your message on air and reach listeners who trust us every day.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. I'm going to read two WhatsApp messages. One came in this morning that I didn't get an opportunity to share with you on For the Record, and the next one has to do with our last conversation. So the person wrote, "Good morning. Is it possible to bring to the police's attention vehicles that are on the road at night with one light working or only the parking lights, rig lights, some blue, rear and brake lights not working, and without any lights at all? Are these not part of the inspection, or is the public to believe that licenses are not valid, therefore no insurance, which is a concern? Lastly, can the vehicle owners be educated to know when to drive with high beam on and not blind the oncoming drivers in very well-lit areas? Can random checks be made to ensure all vehicle requirements are updated? I think the same way that the police do speed checks, maybe random checks for other vehicle infractions, could take place as well. Difficult for persons who don't dim their headlights unless the police are traveling in the opposite direction, and then of course they have to have enough time to turn around, be able to identify that vehicle, turn around and stop them. as well. I think we just more driver education is necessary, as well. And like I have advocated on more than one occasion, we need to have a much more robust licensing regime for driver's license as well. That is extremely important. Then this afternoon now, in relation to the discussion taking place earlier about the driver's license, the listener has written and said it is not only work permit holders who employ nannies, housekeepers, / housekeepers to pick up and drop off their children to school activities. There are Caymanian families who employ nannies / housekeepers. And I don't believe that my discussion with the caller actually highlighted that was for work permit holders, employers who were work permit holders. It's basically for everyone, Caymanian families, as well. If, again, my argument is, if you are contributing to our roads being cluttered because you either fail or because you don't or can't send your child to school by bus, and they may be in preschool or something where it's impossible to do so. It means that we all then are contributing to the congestion on our roads and everything else, and we should be prepared to pay for the inconveniences that we cause. So no, it's not directed to work permit holders who employ nannies. It's has to do with everyone. Now, people talk about the cost of living, and cost of living, is high. So there are choices that have to be made, as well, with that. Now, there are those who argue and say, well, we're not really talking about the increase, but the magnitude of the increase is, what some of them are saying. Well, maybe not so high, all at one time. And, that is something that I'm sure that the government can and will look at as well. But what I hope the government does not do, I hope it does not capitulate to the Chamber of Commerce in terms of removing it altogether. We do have a caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Oh, see, this is Oscar. I just want to throw my 2 cents in on this driver's license thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I listened to bits and pieces yesterday, and I've also listened to bits and pieces today. Now, I know I'm going from $90 to $750, like $800, 800% increase. I mean, what I really think it should have been either done in stages, because if you think about this with an open mind and logically, right, another year to 18 months, it's not only going to be expatriates or permanent residents that's getting this thing nailed on them. Caymanians and status holders are also going to get it placed on them as well. This is not going to just be, okay, it's just for them. No. Eventually, it's going to trickle to us. Even it might take a year, it might take 18 months, it might take 2 years, but it's going to hit us directly too.
Can you expand on that? How you're talking in terms of if we decide to employ someone who needs a driver's license?
No. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about Caymanians themselves will be faced with a $750 increase as well too. This is not going to just.
But why would the government do that when they have already persons who have reached the age of 65? They have reduced the the fees for vehicle registration as well as driver's license. You think they're going to go back on that?
No, they wouldn't go back on that. That's when you reach 65 and over. I'm talking about 65 and under. Eventually, it is going to get to us too, where they say, okay, you guys need to have a fee increase as well too. It may not be exactly 750. It might come to 500, but it's going to happen. I know the discussion. I wasn't in no meeting with none of it, but when I was there talking to somebody about it, they said it was discussed that Caymanians would have been included in it, but not now. Not now. Later on, when we're all comfortable with it, then it gets thrown out. But not only that, now I got jump to another part of it. Now. I heard somebody said today they said employers said that they would be willing to pay for it. Now, if you think that Kurtz, Foster's, Hurley's, Progressive, L. Thompson, and all those big companies pay for 1,000 people to get their $750, that is actually a Group 4 license because they drive big trucks, which is obviously going to be a lot more. They're not going to say, well, you know what, we were getting 30% profit margin, net profit, but now because of this, now we got to get like another 5% loss from that. That's not going to happen. They're going to raise their prices, so we're going to feel it indirectly. Those people that are raising it, they're going to feel it indirectly too. They mightn't feel it as much as us because of the salary that they're making, but they're going to feel it.
My question is, though, my question is, though, how many companies actually pay for the driver's license for their employees now, when you and I know that when they submit that application for a work permit and when they submit those adverts, they require you to have those licenses before they hire you?
Yeah, that is true. But the existing ones, because they might say, okay, this is a very, very good, dependable driver. I can call him anytime and, he's right there. And all of a sudden his can come up for renewal and, I'm not sure what the Group 4 license is going to be, but if it's $1,000 or $1,200 and he said he can't pay it and I need him to work, I'm going to pay it, but I need to get my money back somehow. So I got to raise prices across the board on a lot of things to make that money come back into just that one person.
Or satisfied with a cut in your profit margin, satisfied with a reduction in your profit margin.
Trust me, they're not going to satisfy with a reduction in profit margin. The day I see that happen, every time I hear a profit margin, it actually goes up. I mean, take for example, CUC. The government got them fixed that they must get 15%. It's no way on God's green earth that they're going to say, oh, well, because of this, we're going to, get 14%. Oh, no, we're going to keep that 15%. So we got to go up on that electrical bill. So it's going to be a trickling effect, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah, well, what will be interesting is whether or not we see an uproar coming from any other entities other than the chamber.
Okay, well, okay. I don't agree with what you're saying, but all right. Okay.
You take care. Good hearing from you. Good hearing from you. Yeah. Let's grab another caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Mr. O.C., this is the poet again. Mr. O.C., sometimes bills can seem to be a little smaller, when you pay them, if you can pay them in different amounts. But the thing is, what I would like to see our government have is a continuous flow of money. So now the people can probably, those in charge now could probably give the foreign workers now a little break, meaning say they pay certain amounts, different amounts, and they have a certain time to pay it off before the 1 year, the 1 year license or the 5 year, whatever it is, and have the continuous flow of money going toward the government, and then make it easier for the foreign drivers, and at the same time, the foreign drivers can say to themselves, doing something good in these people's country. I'm contributing to the economy. I'm a contributor, you know, and but I think they shouldn't get scared. Maybe they could probably have a little change of policy or improve policy, amended policies, and you know, let them pay in different amounts.
But isn't it the case now where you have the option to renew for 1 year or multiple years, so you don't have to do it all in one chunk?
Oh, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that little tax, I agree. If it's a tax or a fee, I agree with the government trying to you know, take certain steps to increase or you know, to grow our economy and the revenue measures that they're taking. You know, I agree. I agree with it. I think they can do it. You know.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Let's grab the next caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
So used to saying good morning. Well, Ben.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, see, the caller before last made mention that if the employer had to pay the fee for the driver's license, they would actually raise their
prices
on goods. But if the employer decide to help out the employee, that could also be taken from his salary. They could make an agreement to subtract each month or each week. From that, you don't actually have to raise no prices on goods. So that could be an agreement that would be made. You know, but also the Chamber of Commerce, you know, a little bit. I think gets a little bit out of hand. You know, because they every time that our government, that we elect to go in there and they implement anything that we think that would be in the best interest of the island or the people, and if Chamber of Commerce want to protect their people, they even go as far as I understand as wanting to have the Panama flight suspended because they find out a lot of people then going there for shopping. You know, so you know, they don't really have us, the people, at heart. It's you know, so we need to. The government just need to do what they have to do, and you take it or you leave it. That's it. But everybody come here and wants to drive. What about the person that I know for a fact, work permit holder, that went and took the written exam 8 times, right? Never complained about going pay that fee, and went and did the practical 5 times just to get that driver's license.
Yep.
Just to get that driver's license. So if you're going to go and fight and go out of your way 8 different times and spend all that money just to get a driver's license, well, that driver's license comes with a cost. This is what costs for you to drive on the road, of the Cayman Islands. I got some gentlemen here saying, hi, just a minute. You all agree with the increase of the driver's license for work permit holders?
I wish they would raise it 2 times.
Oh, this guy wanted it to be raised twice.
I don't think so.
You know, see, that's the price you got to pay. We always model ourselves with, some politicians like to model ourselves with Bermuda and Singapore. Really? Suppose we do that, or see? you would not have a driver's license, but you wouldn't be able to drive a car at all.
Yep.
In some of those jurisdictions, you know. So as soon as we implement anything or try to change anything, everybody jumps up in arms, you know, and then we get the politician always caving in to, especially the Chamber of Commerce. No.
Yeah.
They need to step aside.
And while we respect the fact that the chamber has to is there to advocate for its membership, it is my opinion that if the only argument that they're going to put forward in relation to these increases is that it's going to drive up the costs for their membership, then the government should reject that, because, you know, there may be, if there's any relationship, it's an indirect relationship. It is not a direct relationship, because they would have to show now how many companies are out there that actually pay for the driver's license for their employees.
Yeah. How many out there that do that? Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of them that do that, OC.
And remember now, when the rules and the law in relation to work permit, it places the obligation on the employer to pay any fee that is associated with the work permit. That's a government fee. A driver's license is not associated with the work permit. That's the requirement that the employer has, you know, for you. So
get the job.
Right. Any employer, I would imagine, who decides, well, I'll pay it for you and deduct it from your wages. While I'm not giving out any legal advice, because I'm not a lawyer, but I don't believe that they would be infringing the law if they did that, because the driver's license is not a part of the work permit fee. Still there, Lord Graham?
Yeah, listening to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what it would say about the about my proposal. I wanted every work permit person to pay a $500 fee before their permit could be stamped into their passport, and let's call that community fee. All the beautiful beaches that they parade on every day, up and down the road, they on the volleyball court, the basketball court, and every other court that we got with lights, and turn them all over the night and leaving them on.
But do you know,
nobody complaining about that?
Yeah, and do you know that many work permit holders actually don't have their work permit endorsement in their passport? You know when they get that endorsement? When they need to travel?
Yeah.
Or when they need to travel, that's when they go and get the endorsement.
When they go and get it snapped up.
Yeah. Otherwise, they don't have it in there.
They don't have it in there. And so see, if you was to, do we still have the identification cards for the work permit holders? Everybody still have one of those?
Well, my government ID, I think eventually that is going to be expanded to include other categories of persons residing on the islands. But right now, it is, restricted to Caymanians, permanent residents, government employees. But my understanding is that it's eventually is going to encompass work permit holders as well.
Well, I know you had those individuals on there talking about that idea. Let me tell you this one. I got my daughter. I say, hey, go and get your let's apply for the identification card. They message us back and say that WRC do not recognize my daughter as a Caymanian.
Yeah. And there's I understand, the frustration with that, but they used a terminology that I was not familiar with. Source of truth. So the source of truth for the information that they need is WORC, right? So if WORC doesn't have the details of your daughter in their system, then they're unable then to confirm the details that they need for my ID. Remember now that we had the IMSS, Immigration Support System, in the old, when we just had immigration that encompassed everyone. So, a work permit holder traveling, a visitor traveling, a Caymanian traveling, a permanent resident traveling. They captured all of that information. Now, they still do that, but what isn't linked together is between the work permit part of things and and the status and all of those things. So what may be in the old system, they may not have, in their new system. But there's a way to work around that. I believe what if they just say, immigration work does not recognize you, they probably need to put a little bit more into the dialogue that they're providing for you and saying, as a result of such and such, but here is what, rather than, if it's just saying that and abruptly not explaining anymore, then that's not good enough. So I haven't seen, a letter or a response from them to say exactly what it is. I'll have to rely on your information in terms of exactly what they said.
Exactly, yeah. And, before I go, I just want to put it out there that when there was people around here indicating that we should have a union to represent the workforce, the workers, that was a bad thing. But I go say that Chamber of Commerce is nothing more than a union, but they're for the business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, Mr. Hurston will tell you that. Yeah, Mr. Hurston. Yep.
But union was a bad thing to the point where I think Governor Owen reprimanded Dr. Frank McFeel by telling him he had to resign from that organization that was indicating about union, to the point where he told him he didn't want no union man in cabinet with him.
John Owen, that was? He was the governor then?
Yeah. So that union was such a bad thing because it was indicating for the workforce. But now Chamber of Commerce can be a union for the business people, and that's okay. To the point where they almost want to dictate to the government. So we gotta put our foot down, and if we think that fees should be raised, well, see, they can't. The Cayman Islands got some of the best, I would say, the best roads in the Caribbean. You don't see no potholes and the likes.
Beyond the Caribbean too. Beyond the Caribbean, I would argue.
Caribbean, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And see, right here in the Cayman Islands, it costs between $12 and $15 million to build 1 mile of road. So where do you think that money going to come from?
Yeah.
So, if you want the pleasure of driving, well, you pay for it. It's not something that you must have. So.
Hey, but before you go, I have to get your input on this one. What is happening with FIFA and Infantino, and are we going to hear something from the Football Association here? Because we see so far where the Jamaica Football Federation and there are several others are now responding to this whole thing where the FIFA presidents in terms of is it about selling some aspects of FIFA? Shouldn't we be hearing something from our local FA?
Should, but what I'm noticing, the small countries are not voicing their opinion because of that 40 or whatever million or $20 million that they might be receiving from FIFA. Them and the Africans, the small islands and the Africans are on the sideline. They're not actually saying anything concerning it. So I'm wondering whether we are not saying anything because we don't want to upset the apple cart, or where we'll, might not be receiving our our fair share of the World Cup earnings.
Yeah, because they want to sell stakes in competition to private investors.
Private investors.
Yeah.
And it'll be like well, that one came by about by Trump and
where he went and who he met.
I think that was all his ideas, and the president took it. Valentino took it and run with it.
Yeah, well, from the time that he gave up that Peace Prize, that was it. Where he was.
It, So, but I would hope that our association get in on the same leg in with foot in with the UEFA and the ones that are going up against it, because that's not gonna be a good thing.
No.
Because look at the prices on the World Cup in the United States. $20,000 for a ticket, and that was cheap.
Yeah,
that was actually cheap. So I hope we can sort that out, and I think he short lived. For a long time.
And we did already had one resignation, in relation to it as well. Yeah.
And that person was somebody real close to him.
Yeah. Well,
so
hopefully we'll hear something from the Football Association here. They need to, get up front with this and let the people of the Cayman Islands know.
Let me put this one out there real quick. I don't know who got hit, but a lot of us try to get tickets locally. We couldn't get any, but we learned later on that an expatriate bought $78,000 worth of ticket, and one of the reasons why we couldn't get no tickets.
Wow.
Yeah, so let's see what we got. Well, somebody got to rebut me on that.
All right, Lord.
All right, talk to you later.
Take care, folks. We're going to go to our 2 o'clock news. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
We are Radio Cayman,
covering Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and Grand Cayman.
1 in a million. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. Caribbean Journal is shining an international spotlight on Little Cayman, calling it a tiny, unhurried Caribbean island with uncrowded beaches, legendary diving, and a Caribbean rhythm all on its own. In a feature published today, writer Gary Britton highlights Bloody Bay Marine Park, Point of Sands Broad White Beach, and Booby Pond Nature Reserve's colony of approximately 4,000 red-footed boobies as part of the island's unique character. In international news, President Donald Trump says Israel is very happy with a new agreement for the complete disarmament of Hamas and other armed Palestinian groups in Gaza. In remarks today, Trump called the deal a major breakthrough and said it is a big step for the Middle East, though the situation remains complex. In other news, BBC Verify says a new Google Earth AI image tool is raising serious misinformation concerns. The feature, launched this week, lets users type prompts to generate fake scenes on top of real satellite, aerial, or 3D imagery, which can then be downloaded and shared. In a report today, BBC Verify says experts warn bad actors could exploit the tool to spread falsified images, particularly in conflict zones, eroding public trust in satellite data. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. Less than half an hour to go in the show this afternoon. One of our listeners wrote and said that they thought that CONCACAF, which includes the Cayman Islands Football Association, joined UEFA in objecting, didn't they? I'm not sure. I will check on that and see when I get an opportunity to do so. But thanks for that information. And let me read another one here as well. This one says, here. Someone else has provided me and CONCACAF. Statement behalf of CONCACAF and its 41 member association. Very good. Thank you for that. And says CONCACAF put out a statement on the matter on behalf of all the countries, including Cayman. Again, thank you. So I will have to withdraw my comment that we then shouldn't expect anything from our local federation. But I'm not going to surrender yet in relation to that. Yes, CONCACAF has spoken on our behalf, but why doesn't our football association here at least say that CONCACAF has done that and say that they support CONCACAF in that? I'm talking about providing information to our local clientele, to the Caymanian public, because we are a part of CONCACAF, and our Cayman Islands Football Association has a responsibility to inform the people of the Cayman Islands. So while I'm thankful and appreciate this information, I haven't seen anything that has been put out publicly by Cayman Islands Football Association. Like for instance, this government department, this government entity that has put out something, and I'm going to share it with you, right? Record first half of 2026 delivers broad economic benefits for the Cayman Islands. And the Cayman Islands welcomed 40,460 stayover visitors in June of 2026, recording its 8th consecutive month of year-over-year stayover growth. This was a 6.9% increase compared with June 2025, with growth led by the United States and strongly supported by increased visitation from Canada and Europe. And we know why the one increased visitation is coming from Canada, because the Canadians don't want to go to the United States. And some Europeans don't want to go there either. Those are my words, folks. Continue on with the release. June's performance solidified a record half of 2026 for the destination, with stayover arrivals between January and June reaching 288,694. Can you imagine all of those stayovers? And if the majority of them stayed in hotels or maybe even in what do they call it? B&B? Can you imagine the gratuities, the tips coming from 288,694 stayover visitors, which was an increase of 11.3% from the same period in 2025. In relation to cruise arrivals show year-on-year increases. The destination also welcomed 55,639 cruise passengers in June, an increase of 15.5% compared with June of 2025. Total visitation for June, including both stayover and cruise passengers, was 96,099, up 11.7% year over year. The first half of 2026 saw the destination welcome 681,391 cruise passengers, an increase of 6.8% compared to the same period in 2025. This increase underscored the destination's robust growth trajectory across every segment of tourism industry. And here's a quote: "Tourism is one of the strongest engines of our national economy, and a record first half of the year means that engine is delivering for Caymanians." That's a quote coming from the Honorable Gary Rutter, Deputy Premier and Minister for Tourism and Trade Development. Growth of this type extends well beyond the arrivals hall. It is shown in the wages of our hospitality workers, in the order books of our restaurants, taxi operators, water sports business, and small suppliers, and in the confidence of those choosing to invest in our tourism product. 8 consecutive months of stayover growth alongside sustained cruise arrivals gives our people and our businesses something they can plan around. The Cayman Islands government remains committed to ensuring that this growth continues to increase real, lasting opportunity across all 3 islands. Canada continues to lead the market growth. Canada was the destination's fastest growing market in June, recording its strongest June on record, with arrivals reaching 1,679, an increase of 44.1% compared with June of 2025. Arrivals from Canada for the first half of the year reached a record 26,674, up 48.9% compared to the same period in 2025. Canada's share of total year-to-date stayover visitation has grown to 9.2%, up from 6.9% in 2025. This increase has moved Canada from a secondary market for the destination to a new primary market, and is a testament to the results of the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism's business development strategy focused on diversifying the destination's source market. On the European market growth fueled by trade partnerships, it reads, European markets also showed solid gains in June, reflecting the continued strength of the destination's strategic partnerships with travel, trade in the UK, Ireland, and European markets. Visitors from the United Kingdom and Ireland increased by 4.1%, while continental Europe recorded the strongest increase at 73.9%, led by growth from France, Germany, and Spain. Arrivals from UK and Ireland for the first half of the year rose by 8%, and arrivals from continental Europe increased by 22.9%. Latin America, LATAM shows strong year-over growth. Latin America saw a modest dip of 4.8% in June. However, the market's overall performance for the first half of the year showed a more positive outlook, with arrivals up 10.8% compared with the same period in 2025. This increase in arrivals is evident of the growing interest among Latin American travelers in the Cayman Islands as an alternative warm weather destination as the result of the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism's strategic engagement in the region. And then the United States delivers largest number of visitors for June. The United States generated the largest absolute increase of any market in June, adding 2,000 259 visitors for growth of 6.8% compared with June of 2025. The largest gains came from the southern states with an increase of 4.1% driven by visitors from Austin and Miami-Fort Lauderdale. Increased airlift continues to support visitation growth. June's visitation was supported by continued strengthening of the destination's airlift. Inbound airlift capacity from the United States and Canada, together with British Airways London Cayman service via Nassau, increased by 9% over the previous year. The expansion in North America for the first 6 months of the year was led by increased capacity from Miami, Toronto, Dallas-Fort Worth, and Atlanta, alongside new service from Ottawa, Fort Lauderdale, and Austin. Cayman Airways launched its new service from Austin in June, following the department's participation in an aviation industry trade show in that city. The new route reflects the department's ongoing work to translate trade engagement into new and expanded air service, giving visitors more travel options and supporting sustained demand for the Cayman Islands. Strong visitation translates into meaningful economic impact. June's stayover growth translated to strong commercial results for the destination's accommodations sector. According to global hotel intelligence firm STR Incorporated, hotel occupancy reached 61% in June 2026, an increase of 5.3 percentage points compared with June of 2025. The average daily rate, known by the acronym ADR, rose 6.7% over June 2025, and revenue per available room, REVPAR, increased 16.8% year over year. Notably, this growth happened concurrently with an increase in inventory with the opening of one GT in May of 2026, demonstrating that increased visitor demand is keeping pace with the destination's growing room supply. Year to date through June, occupancy rose 6.4 percentage points to 73.3% compared with the same period in 2025, while ADR increased 6.2 and RevPAR rose 16.3%. Hotel revenue for the first half of the year recorded an increase in 17.3% when compared to the first 6 months of 2025, a clear indication that record stayover visitation is translating directly into stronger earnings for tourism businesses and, in turn, the wider Cayman economy. Results like these are never accidental. They are the product of steady, deliberate work by the team at the Department of Tourism and by our partners right across the industry. That is a quote coming from Ms. Rosa Harris, the Director of Tourism. 8 consecutive months of stayover growth reflects the disciplined execution of a clear strategy, diversifying our source market, securing and sustaining airlift, deepening our travel trade relationships, and keeping the Cayman Islands visible in the markets that matter most. Canada's rise from a secondary market to a primary one and the new Austin service that followed our aviation trade engagement are examples of that work translating into measurable results. She continued, as we move through the summer months, the department remains focused on strengthening our airlift, deepening our travel trade partnerships in our growing markets like Canada, the UK, Ireland, Europe, and continuing to position the Cayman Islands as a preferred year-round destination. And that is it. And if you want to learn more about the tourism drive, how tourism drives economic growth across the Cayman Islands, public is encouraged to follow the Chamber of Commerce's Tourism Matter series as well. And folks, a lot of this in terms of travel comes as a result of us having our own national airline, Cayman Airways. With that, we're going to take our last commercial break. Please stay tuned. Talk Today. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money Transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Your Yesteryear Musical, Saturday evenings at 7 o'clock on Breeze Radio. Entertaining, enlightening, and inspirational. Topical with CI cultural and heritage flashbacks. And the wonderful music of yesteryear. From the Thomas Edison era to the recent past. Your Yesteryear Musical, Saturdays at 7 p.m. on Breeze Radio, 105.3 FM in Grand Cayman and 91.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Be listening, history is always echoing.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Talk Today. 9 minutes left to go in the show. We do have a caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Oh, see.
Hey.
Hey, me again.
Mm-hmm.
Me again. I forgot to mention concerning the fee of the driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the folks get a car or they're first-time drivers or whatever, or even no matter whether it's first time or not, when they go to insurance company and the insurance hit them with that big fee, I don't hear anyone complaining or refusing to pay that fee. They're very happy to pay the insurance fee to get their car license or transfer into their name. No matter what the fee might be with the insurance company, they're happy to pay that. And if they're unfortunate to have an accident and they go back to reinsure, the insurance put up on the premium, and they're still going to insure. You're still going to insure their car. Insurance also will deny certain individuals, depends on your age and the type of car, or if they do insure you, the fee is extremely high.
Yeah, the premiums are high, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're really high, but yet they will do whatever it takes, sell their land, sell their mother house to insure their car so they can be on the road. But yet, the little raise in license fees they got complained about, work out 360 days or see, and see for 3 years and see how much they pay per day to to be on the road. Less than what you pay for a toll, you know.
Okay.
Less than what you pay for a toll, OC.
Yep, and we don't have tolls there, so they don't have to pay those, and yet,
And
you know,
then
our
you
roads
don't have to pay no toll.
Yeah.
So, yeah, figure that out. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say, OC.
Yep, thank you very much. I believe we still have another caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to Talk Today.
Mr. Connor, just trying to catch you before you close on.
Okay, yep.
I said this yesterday, but I thought it best I'd try to say it again today. You know,
Okay.
I do not understand why everyone comes to the Cayman Islands and tries to tell us what to do, tries to tell our governments what to do.
You don't understand why? Because most of the times we listen and we obey.
You're absolutely right, but who gives them the right? You know, I mean, certain caliber, statuses, and class of people always try to migrate to other people's countries, and then they try to, you know, dictate and impress upon the citizens of that country what they think they should do and what they would like to see happen. Respectfully to the Chamber of Commerce, I am not a member, and I can't think of any members off the top of my head, but I can imagine who may be. These persons, these members, I'm not sure if they paid attention to Parliament, but Parliament, from the beginning of the year, I think their very first meeting of this year, Minister Anglin, either the first or the second meeting, they gave indication that they were going to implement these fees. There was sufficient notice, I believe, because this is now the end of July. There was sufficient notice that these fees were evident, were you know, going to come eventually. And so for us now, for them now to expect that our government should delay these fees so they can consult and try to, whatever they're going to do, try to discourage the government it does not recognize that this institution is for the people of the Cayman Islands. The Chamber of Commerce is all about business, and business entails all business activities of a nation, not just certain class of businesses or certain business owners or shareholders or whatever the case may be. And I said this yesterday, I'm going to say it quickly. We're not the United States, right? But I remember some years ago, illegal immigrants were able to get driver's license and IDs and that sort of thing. Some years ago, I know, especially in Florida, because as you know, they have the federal rules, policies, and guidelines and that sort of thing, right? But they also have each individual state can also make their own statutes and laws and so forth, right? And they implemented where illegal immigrants had to show certain class of identification, otherwise they were going to get picked up. And in Florida, I know for sure that illegal immigrants can no longer get an ID or a driver's license as freely as they were able to many years ago. The fees are somewhat a bit different for them. And as you know, in the States, a driver's license is to me equivalent to our passports here. And your basic form of ID is a driver's license. And if you can't qualify for a driver's license, you have to get an ID, right? And many people, like I said, illegal immigrants. Now, we don't have much illegal immigrants here, but we do have a few. You know, we saw this man. We see it in the news ever so often about the cases that go through the legal system and so forth. One was just last week. But we don't have the amount of illegal immigrants as in the States. But we see that different countries, it's not just the Cayman Islands, but it seems to be that people think that the Cayman Islands should be this one particular place that they can just come here and mandate and dictate. Now, we don't have a problem with people immigrating to the country, right? We love diversity. We love to have others come here and intermingle with us and be a part of our culture and enjoy our islands and our way of life and that sort of thing. And that's what keeps people coming back. But who are we going to protect ultimately if it's not our people? And if our government decides that they're going to fall at the hands of every time some organization or entity or you know, whatever they're called, decides they want to uproot what our government is going to do, well, then that makes us look stupid. It's ridiculing the people of the Cayman Islands. And I do believe that they already feel, certain people already feel that we are still that island that time forgot that our people were so subservient and so the word just slipped me right now, but we're no longer those class of people. We demonstrate that we have educated, experienced, common sense people who can run this country, and that's what I feel this government is about to do. Now, I do think the fees...
Well, the government hasn't really... the government hasn't really responded to it. We don't know what they're going to do. I believe by us, by you expressing yourselves, and we strongly advocating that they don't capitulate to it, will help to strengthen their position as well. But we don't know where the government is going on it. They have not indicated that they're going to change anything. I think the chamber is asking for them to sit down, with them. Yes, you can sit down, but your answers can still be the same. Yeah.
But why now? After all these months, they had enough time. They had a lot of time because our government gave them a lot of time. And the last thing I'm going to say before I run, I know you're closing off. I am calling upon the government to try to bring back an amnesty for people that are here illegally to freely leave the country. That's what I hope the government will strongly consider that instead of, I'm not saying that they shouldn't go out and seek overstayers and arrest them and prosecute them and sort of thing, but I think we could do an amnesty that would give people the opportunity to just leave the island and go and save our resources. And hopefully they'll consider that. And I'll leave that with you, Mr. Connor. Have a nice weekend.
Okay. I would advocate for doing a robust enforcement effort, and then those that you are unable to detect and to pick up, then you offer an amnesty after, rather than doing it the other way. Amnesty and then enforcement. I would say let's do the enforcement first and then the amnesty after. A couple of birthday shout-outs here that we were asked earlier this morning that we didn't get to as well, or some may have come in later on this evening. Miss Laura Young, happy birthday going out to her from the class of 1986, from the class of 86 on WhatsApp. Happy birthday greetings going out to Miss Laura Young, and also happy birthday to Tishan Scott from her son Tyler. Happy birthday greetings to Tishan Scott from her son Tyler as well. And in some of the remarks that were put out there, I think this would have been on Facebook. Some Caymanians are so soft and easily scared. Nothing wrong with the fees. Stop feeling sorry for foreigners. Those are some of the comments. Well, folks, I want to thank all of you who participated either by calling in or by sending WhatsApp messages. I want to thank, our guests that we had in the studio, as well, for all that they do, with our youngsters. And we hope that their program will continue to help our young folks, as well, and that their work will continue. One of our listeners wrote and said, I hope you are a God-fearing man. Don't help these hateful people. God might help us all the day a disaster hits. Yeah, I'm a God-fearing person. I'm also, as a talk show host, I try to create balance. Some people will probably say that I express my views more often than I should, and for that, I apologize, but I won't make any promises that I will change my ways in relation to it. Again, thanks for all of those persons who participated. Certainly welcome the opportunity to fill in for Mr. Charles Glidden. I welcome you to join me on Monday on For the Record, and of course, Mr. Glidden will be back in his seat in the afternoon as well. Folks, have a great weekend, safe one. Don't forget the opening of the Scranton Park tomorrow, starting at 3 to 5 o'clock. Lots of parking available, so that should not deter you from attending. Have a great weekend, and we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.